Hello you, I know you, you're just a camera. But anyway, what's up guys, my name is Danny Burt, you can follow me on Instagram down there, and this is Most Amazing Top 10. It's the channel where we take all kinds of weird and wonderful things from all around the world and turn them into a nice little top 10 list so you guys don't have to. And today, we've got the top 10 worst jobs ever part 2. But just before we get into that, I want to hear from you guys. What is your dream job? Now, I know all of you are going to say pizza tester, but I'm afraid you can't have that because it's mine. Sorry. So over here in part 1, we covered all kinds of terrible jobs like armpit sniffers and sewer cleaners, and they weren't even number 1, so yeah, check that one out. But if you're hungry for more, then here's our part 2, and we're gonna get straight into it with our number 10, which is a target stabilizer. This man literally is an accident waiting to happen. Look at him, he probably joined the military having high hopes of being able to shoot his gun, but instead, his sole purpose is to stabilize a target. This is like some twisted modern version of the Robin Hood shooting the apple off the head thing, except this is real, there is no apple, and they're using bullets. And if you're thinking he probably only has to do this for a little bit, then think again. He has his own special stool because he just sat there for hours. God bless. Well, I'm afraid our jobs don't get any better from here, guys. We're taking a look at number 9 now, which is the telemarketer. Now, we all know being called by a telemarketer sucks. Hello, sir, can I interest you in some special edition umbrella shoes? They keep your shoes wet in the rain. No, you can't. Leave me alone. Stop calling me. But have you ever thought what it's like to actually be a telemarketer? These people have to spend their entire day calling people who don't want to be called. Nobody wants to speak to you, and the only thing they do say is, can you please remove me from your calling list and never call me again? That's gonna get to you eventually. I'd end up being scared to like call my own family in case they told me to stop calling them and just leave them alone. That would suck. But we're on to our number 8 now, which is the tower technician. Now for those of you who don't know what a tower technician is, these guys, they're like the unsung heroes of our society because they do a job that I don't think anyone else wants to do. They climb 1,700 feet into the air to fix transmission lines and antennas that are used in broadcasting. Here's a picture comparing one of those to the Empire State Building. Yeah, they're very tall. They get an elevator ride up to 1,600 feet, but after that, they just free climb their way to the top. No harness, no safety net, it's just them 1/3 of a mile up in the air. One wrong move, and you're going to be falling for 9 seconds at about 152 miles an hour till you go splat. Now I have mixed feelings about this job. It's about 50% respect, about 50% oh god no, oh god no, 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 no. But I'm going to pull myself together now and talk about our number 7, which is the paparazzi. Now this is kind of similar to the telemarketer job because everyone hates the paparazzi. It's their job to hunt down and harass celebrities. Now obviously this is very annoying for the celebrities on the receiving end of this, but the paps themselves have a pretty rough job. It's their job to stalk people and invade their private lives until that person gets so mad they lash out and attack them. For examples, see Britney Spears and Kanye West. Oh hey honey, did you have a good day at work? Yeah, I sat in a bush all day actually waiting for someone to leave a hotel, and when they did and they saw me, they punched my lights out. So great day. And now guys, the sentence you've been waiting for all day, we're going to talk about watching the grass grow, because that's actually a job, and it's our number 6. This is Helen Southall, and she goes to work every day to watch grass grow. All day, she measures and records how grass is growing by examining single blades of grass in an area. She works for the British seed houses who want to find out the most efficient way to grow grass, and so 43-year-old Helen has been left in charge of that. In a typical day, she has to measure and inspect over 400 individual pieces of grass. And the next day, she has to do it all over again. Maybe one day, she'll quit her job and do something more exciting, like watching paint dry. But now we're at number 5, we are halfway through, and it is a crime scene cleaner. Now although shows like CSI might have glorified the job of rocking up to a murder scene and solving a crime without even breaking into a sweat, it's not all cool shades and leather jackets. In real life, someone has to clean up that mess. Some poor soul has to scrub the blood pool off the floor, remove the festering maggots left by the dead body, and pick off the pieces of brain stuck to the wall. You need to have a pretty strong stomach to deal with the sight of some murder scenes. Either that or you're just totally desensitized to death. And if business gets quiet, you actually get excited when the phone rings and you hear that someone has had their brains blown out. Not a thought I'd like to dwell on, so let's move on to our number 4 now, which is the crocodile trainer. That was a dog, that wasn't a crocodile. Now, if you ask me, I didn't know crocodiles needed training at all. You do you, big scary reptile. But apparently, when you see crocodiles in movies or at shows, they have to be trained to not eat the performers on site, which means some unlucky person has to spend months teaching crocodiles to stop seeing humans as walking meals. There have been videos online that show the crocodiles forgetting this important fact and clamping their powerful jaws down on trainers who, for entertainment purposes, are required to stick their heads in the croc's mouth. Ugh, that's the kind of job where you know you've had a good day if your head is still in one piece. But now we're going to talk about being a cook. No, not like a food cook, that's a pretty cool job. I'm going to be talking to you about a medical waste biohazard cook in at number 3. If you take this job, then it's up to you to dispose of medical waste. And I don't mean band-aids or pieces of cotton wool, I'm talking about the most gruesome things a hospital can produce. You'll have to steam bags of needles, urine, blood, teeth, semen and all kinds of other bodily fluids in a bag for 30 minutes. The smell of that is said to be overwhelmingly disgusting, and the cook actually has to wear protective gear to avoid contamination. So if you want to be a cook but you just can't stop eating everything as you make it, then this might be the job for you. Well, but if you fancy getting intimate with an elephant's genitals, then at number 2, you might want to be an elephant vasectomist. Sterilizing a male human by vasectomy is a fairly common, quick and easy procedure for a doctor to do, but things are a bit different when you're dealing with an elephant, the largest land animal on the planet. An elephant vasectomist has to use specialist equipment to cut their way behind 2 inches of skin, 4 inches of fat and 10 inches of muscle in order to get to an elephant's testicle and give it the snip needed to stop them reproducing. But don't worry, elephant lovers, they only do this in areas where there's elephant overpopulation. And the elephants are sedated for the whole thing, so the only nasty thing about it is that you have to get up close and personal with an elephant's meat and veg every single day. Yeah. Alright, we've looked at some pretty rough jobs, including crocodile trainers, murder scene cleaners, and those who have to cook every bodily fluid you can think of, but you might be tempted to take any of those jobs when you hear about our number 1, which is the flatus odor judge. That's basically a posh name for a fart smeller. Sometimes people make food products that give people bad gas. Sometimes these companies want to stop this if they can. Take, for example, a company that makes pinto beans, a very guilty food when it comes to making horrible guffs. They actually get a group of 16 volunteers to eat pinto beans and insert a small tube into their backsides. The gas they produce would then be transferred to a container where the flatus odor judges have to open up over 100 samples, one at a time, and smell their contents. Gag. They would then have to record how bad each one smelt in the hopes that they can make the next batch slightly less nauseating. And I really hope they succeeded in that, otherwise they're just smelling other people's farts for literally no reason. I call it torture, but apparently it's a job, and we've reached the end of the video, guys. So you guys know what to do. Let us know in the comments below which one of these you thought was the worst, and also let us know any suggestions you have for future videos. If we like it, we'll turn it into a video just like this one. In the meantime, guys, you know the drill. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date with the daily videos we have on this channel. 2 of them are floating over there right now if you want to give them a click. In the meantime, guys, my name's Danny Burt. You can follow me on Instagram somewhere down there. Thanks for watching Most Amazing Top 10, and I'll see you very soon.